To transform into your most powerful version, you must understand that working on yourself is not about reaching a breaking point through blind, savage effort. Instead, it is the art of moving with absolute clarity, total presence, and an unwavering purpose. This is a lesson Miyamoto Musashi understood deeply. True mental strength is not born from chaos, but from a conscious, deliberate discipline sustained over time. The fundamental difference between those who stagnate and those who evolve lies in their approach to vulnerability. While many struggle to escape their weaknesses, the true warrior faces them directly, accepts them completely, and transforms them into wrought iron. You do not become strong by avoiding difficulties, but by piercing through them with eyes wide open, a heart as firm as a rock, and a mind as sharp as a sword's edge. In following the teachings of Japan's most legendary swordsman, you discover the path to your optimal self, stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever before. Musashi was no ordinary figure. He emerged victorious from more than 60 deadly duels, not just through physical skill, but through absolute control over his mind and emotions. For him, every obstacle was a sacred temple and every challenge a silent master. This profound transformation is rooted in the ancient Japanese concept of shujyo. This is not ordinary training. It is a total immersion in the brutality of existence, learning to maintain perfect calm when everything surrounding you screams in chaos. It is about seeing every barrier not as an end, but as a patient teacher. Musashi's life was a testament to the idea that the precision of the sword is born from the precision of the focused mind. Even as a warrior, he practiced calligraphy, painting, and meditation with extreme dedication. He knew that a shaky stroke of a brush or a word written without concentration revealed a wavering heart, and on the battlefield, a wavering heart means death. In our modern era, we have systematically eliminated the daily struggle, designing our lives to avoid every friction or discomfort. We use technology to escape heat, silence, or effort, but with every comfort we accept, we surrender a fragment of our inner strength. We forget that pain is the fire that forges the blade, and that without intense pressure, a diamond remains a mere stone. The real enemy is never the opponent standing before you, but the untrained self that lives within, that persistent inner voice that whispers for you to wait until tomorrow. Every time you obey that voice, you renounce a part of yourself. Every time you face it bravely, you move closer to your true nature. Shujyo begins the moment you decide to act regardless of how you feel. To be mentally unstoppable, you must voluntarily enter the silences that make you tremble and remain steadfast in the face of painful effort. You must get up without hesitation when the alarm sounds and act decisively in difficult moments, not because you feel strong, but because you have already decided to be so. Your true self is forged in those hidden, lonely hours where you could give up without anyone knowing, yet you choose to continue. However, discipline without direction is nothing more than empty masochism. This is why the concept of Budo, the martial path, is vital. It is not just about defeating others, but about living every moment with full, conscious intention. To Musashi, the external enemy was a reflection of the internal one. To defeat him, you must bring every gesture of your life to its highest potential, how you wake up, how you eat, and how you speak. Nothing is trivial. The ancient samurai turned their entire lives into a permanent dojo. The way they walked, the way they held their chopsticks, and the way they greeted others were all precise rituals designed to mold the mind for momentous events. Real war is prepared for in silence, while washing your hands, while listening respectfully, and while resisting the impulse to react. If you lose your patience in a simple supermarket queue, you will never endure when life hits you with its full force. If you avoid minor commitments today, you will fail when faced with devastating challenges tomorrow. Budo means living as if every moment were a duel to the death, approaching every human encounter with total presence and choosing to respond as a master would. Finally, to ensure this discipline does not become a mechanical cage, the warrior must be willing to let everything go. Through Musha Shujyo, the sacred pilgrimage, the warrior abandons the safe and the known to confront the unknown, leaving behind the protection of the past to achieve a truly profound and final transformation. Leaving completely alone and without a predefined destination, Musashi Miyamoto embarked on a journey of active searching, facing deadly challenges and unknown adversaries through unpredictable events. Having left his family home at barely 15 years old, he never returned, instead sleeping in dark forests and fighting fiercely with anyone who dared challenge him. While he fed himself with whatever he could find, it was not the bloody duels that transformed him. Rather, it was the constant uncertainty, persistent hunger, and absolute loneliness of a life without structure or security. This practice, known as Musashi, brutally strips away all external support, forcing you into a terrifying void where you must discover who you truly are at your essence. In this state, you cannot pretend or postpone the truth. You either grow and transform, or you break completely. Very few truly dare to take this transformative journey because it requires one to remain mentally strong even when the chill seeps through the bones and hunger devours the stomach. It is the painful realization that your preconceived ideas about yourself were merely comfortable illusions. In Musashi, you look into the relentless mirror of reality. If you have only built a superficial ego, you will fall. But if you have cultivated genuine character, you will emerge triumphant. Today, this pilgrimage does not require distant mountains, but rather the conscious choice to leave a safe job for a risky dream, to face long-ignored emotional pain, or to simply stop lying to yourself. The physical location matters less than the internal movement of stepping out of your secure perimeter into the zone of infinite possibility, where nothing is guaranteed. If you survive this path, you return fundamentally changed, possessing a rare and valuable trust in yourself because you fulfilled your sacred word to never give up. This deep self-reliance means you no longer need external approval. However, there is a final transformation known as shuari, the 3 stages of mastery. Shu is the stage of faithful imitation, where you humbly repeat fundamentals without trying to be original. As Musashi noted, without mastering the basics, any style is false. Ha is the stage of creative breakthrough, where you understand the why behind the movements and begin to leave your own mark. Finally, Ri is total transcendence, where the technique disappears and there is no separation between you and the path. You act with perfect fluency, seeing the distant as if it were close and the close as if it were distant. In the state of Ri, you do not seek strength or recognition. You simply embody them, flowing like water over rock. When you fail, you observe with equanimity and move forward, for you are no longer just a practitioner, you are discipline incarnate. This peak cannot be reached through viral challenges or temporary habits. It is a lifelong process that begins with the simple, powerful decision to face what you fear most. By training rigorously today, you ensure that when a devastating blow eventually comes, you will not be the weak person who gave in, but a being who is absolutely ready. Start now and let the path sculpt your mind and sharpen your will, proving that everything you sought externally was already inside you. This is the eternal legacy of Musashi. To walk serenely on your path, transformed by the journey itself.